Hi, my name is Kim Hofstra, and I'm excited to share with you tonight some of my insights from Chapter 5 of Smith's book, Learning from the Stranger. This was one of my favorite chapters thus far in this reading because so many of his points resonated with me. The first one that he talked about, or the main point that he was trying to make, is that we need to be willing to learn from as well as learn about different cultures within our circles and within our work environments and in our communities. And that really this requires engagement on our part and being willing to have conversations and to ask questions and inquire about one another so that we can gain a better understanding of people and their personalities. For that reason, one of the theories that I think applies well to this is the personality theory, in the fact that we need to understand our own individual strengths and weaknesses when we are approaching other people in order to form relationships with them. Another one that really struck me was his discussion about tourism, that oftentimes it's viewed that just because we go and visit other countries, that maybe that makes us more well-rounded. However, a lot of times tourism is focused on specific places and seeing things, but it doesn't involve interacting with that particular culture. One thing I was really excited about was being able to go on an intergenerational mission trip through my church with my family, and we went to Zuni, New Mexico to build a playground for the Zuni Christian Mission School that's there. And while we were definitely there to work and to take in the surroundings and the beauty of nature there, we also were very intentional about interacting with the people that we were serving. After the playground was completed, we had a community evening where we prepared food and invited everyone from the community to come see the new playground and to enjoy it, and we had a chance to interact with the families at that time. Another great experience for us was actually being invited into the home of one of the families, and they taught us how to make their bread, including baking it in an outdoor oven. So that was just a really neat experience and something that I know was impactful. And the fact that they were willing to invite us into their home and show us that type of hospitality, and hopefully we also reciprocated that to them. Another part that struck me, and this is where I think understanding your own strengths and weaknesses, is that Smith talks about being willing to take on the challenge of learning a new language. I actually have had some difficulty with understanding the English language at times. I was a slow reader as a child and had dyslexia, and I actually didn't have the opportunity to take any foreign languages in my schooling at a young age or even in high school. So my first exposure to a foreign language was at the college level, and try as I might, I barely made it through the Spanish classes that I was required to take for my English or for my language course requirements. And yes, I know that that's unfortunate, but I feel like I put forth the effort, and I know in my heart that that doesn't mean that I don't desire to form a relationship with people of different cultures. And the reality of it is that there are so many different cultures and languages out there that it would be extremely difficult to be able to learn all of these other languages. In the school system where I worked, we used a phone interpreter to help us to have conversations with parents. And this was very beneficial that they could talk in their own language and we could have that conversation. And I really hope that what came through to my families when I was using a phone interpreter, that they could see my facial expressions of the warm smile and showing kindness to them and desiring to still have a relationship even though there was this language barrier. So those are my thoughts on Chapter 5, and we'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.